Okay, so next we're going to show you how to do some charts and graphs that we discussed in week 1 using Excel. The first one we're going to look at is histograms. And so if you go to data and data analysis, you'll see the histogram option. Now histograms require us to have a bin range, which has to be the classes or intervals we want. So here we're going to make a class label, okay, and I'm going to just make them 5, 10, so on. Now I'm going to summarize the stress variable, which if you remember has a maximum of 58. So I'm going to give you a little trick here to do a workaround. If we go all the way to 60 and make the histogram, I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you the workaround to make it look a little prettier and more professional. If we go all the way to 60, Excel's going to make an extra category for us, and we're not going to want that category. So let's take a look at how that looks, and then let's see my little workaround. So here we've selected our data, right? Our bins are in E1 to 13 with the labels at the top, and our values that we're trying to summarize, the input, the actual data is the stress column B here. We're going to put it in a new worksheet page, and we're going to get a chart as well as a frequency table. So here's our frequency table. Here's our histogram. Now you see Excel does a couple things that I don't like. Most people who know what they're doing don't like. The first is they put spaces between the bars in the histogram, which it should not do. The second is it adds this more category, assuming that I want to capture everything that I forgot to, an open class, which of course in general we advise against. So let's see how we can fix these things, okay? And we're going to start by getting rid of this more category. So the best way to do this is go back to our original data. So we're going to delete this. And to leave one of our bins off, okay? So, I mean, we can leave the value there if you want. You can delete it if you want to, but we're going to change the range we select. So back in our data analysis under histogram, we're only going to select through bin 12, which ends here then at the value 55. We're going to hit OK. So now you see that our 60 has become more. Well, I still don't really want that value. So what can we do? We can go to select data. Okay, you're going to go to down here. You see this is where the more label is. We're going to hit edit. We're going to choose the range of labels that we want to use. We're going to go to our data set, and we're going to select our class labels and hit OK. And now our more is gone. Now we have our 60 value like we want for a closed class. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now the other thing that we can do to make this look a little more professional, get a histogram where the bars are actually touching as they're supposed to, is we can change gap width. So if you go to your data here, you format data series, you change to no gap, 0. Okay, when you do that, now the bars will touch. You see, though, sometimes people don't like that you can't see any separation between these. So you could add, if you wanted to, a border, and you can add whatever kind of line color you want that makes sense to you. So I'm going to put a light gray border on there. And so now you'll see that the bars are touching, but they have the little outline around them. So this now is a proper histogram with our classes or our intervals specified on the bottom, or frequency specified on the y-axis. And so here is a histogram.